today on top of the ground, so that helps. The 2,000 metres is short enough for him. Look, he's a Dower stay, and of course former Melbourne Cup winner, as we know, but I don't think he'll threaten these at this stage of the preparation. He's looking for further.
He looks really well, the grand old man. He's lovely and free in his action. I think his coat's brightened up since I've seen him last. It just had a tiny little bit of cleaning up to do, but he's lovely and rich. I think that he's presented in great healthy order. Whether he just needs that little bit further, maybe, but he looks well.
Damien Lane goes aboard the 3. Carl Lepore, one of a couple of runners in the race for Chris Lees. Of course, upset winner of the weight for age Tancred at 2,400 metres back in March. He's got 55 kilos in next Saturday's Caulfield Cup, and here off coming through runs at 2,000 in the Group 3 Premiers Cup, and then the Kingston Town, which has quickly morphed into one of the form races of the early part of the spring. With
Cherwolf and Land Legend both coming out of it and winning. It's a good form race. I didn't like his effort in it, though. That said, that it might yield one to follow, possibly two, but I was happy to risk him today.
He looks really well. The team have done their job. They've presented a nice, fit, healthy horse that's moving well in the yard. He obviously needs to bounce back to a little bit of form given his last couple, but the team have done their bit.
For Adelaide River, second of the Lees runners, has 53 kilos in the Caulfield Cup, ran in the Q22 as part of 2 warm-up runs in Australia during the Queensland winter, and has then run well in a Chelmsford and disappointingly in a Kingston Town. Yeah,
there's a lot of mixed form there, isn't it? So it's mixed messages we've been getting. I couldn't have him. I mean, he really isn't entitled to be $26. I think a lot of respect shown, of course, just probably with the ownership group and knowing with Chris Lees that they could probably get him back on track today.
One thing I'm concerned about with this horse, you've got the tongue tie coming off, and you can see him playing around with his tongue. He's got it over the bit at the moment and he won't keep it in his mouth. So I'd like to see him pop that back in, get it back underneath his bit. That can obviously be a little bit problematic and cause him to run out of oxygen at the end of a race. So that's a little bit of a negative for me, but the team have got him here looking well. He looks really good in the skin. 5
years, a tissue, and the moment arrives for James McDonald. Can he, in the next 45 minutes, become the latest of our great jockeys in our region to win 100 Group 1s. Chris Waller winning this with the champ Winks in 2016. James McDonald was aboard Animo for victory 2 years ago. Mares have won 4 of the previous 11. And she, of course, is dynamite on the 7-day backup. That's her profile here after running 6th, beaten 3 lengths behind Via Sistina last Saturday.
Yeah, she loves the backup. She also loves Flemington. She doesn't get that today. 2,000 metres is a go. On top of the ground, no major issue. I think they'll have to be conservative from the gate, but she'll need the right run today, and she looks the logical danger to Brightside.
She looks great, this girl. She looks like she's quite a funny character. As our camera guys are just getting a little bit close, she puts her ears back and tells them half to go away. She looks like she's quite quirky and knows what she wants. She looks super. She's doubled up over her hindquarters. She's got a great action. She's using it really well and conserving her energy really nicely. So if there's any danger, it's probably going to be her.
Second of the 4 mares is the 6 Deny Knowledge. Mark Zara winning this race twice on Galo Shop and also Cape of Good Hope. Deny Knowledge is 20th in the Caulfield Cup order of entry with 50.5 kilos. She made her seasonal return with a 5th, beaten 5 in the Underwood.
It wasn't a bad run in the Underwood. She was close enough into the run, and it really suited those horses that settled back in the field a little bit more. But she looks the leader of the race. She'll be fitter. She's better suited a couple of 100 metres up in trip, and I wouldn't sort of put you off. I think she's got a genuine chance to make a race of it against Brightside.
She looks really well. She's just having a nice bounce consistently the whole time that she's been in the yard, and she's just about to head out by the looks of things. But she looks like she's been really well presented for this. She's very healthy. I think that I'm sure Mark would love to just get up over her neck and give her a nice bowl around to the gates. She's just getting a little bit on her toes with this big occasion here today.
Our likely pace setters are back-to-back and draw the barriers of their saddle cloths. The 7, Jenny La will be outside Deny Knowledge, both from the jump and in the run, you'd imagine. She's been placed here previously in both an Easter Cup and was third at 2,000 in an Australasian Oaks.
She was disappointing in the stocks. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Maybe the tempo didn't suit. I just expected to see a little bit more. There'll certainly be more tempo here, and she's up in distance, which may well suit.
She looks great. She's been presented here to run well, and she hasn't been far away her last couple. She's deep enough into a preparation now, stepping up in trip. She looks like she's done plenty of work for this. She's a good, athletic, attractive type of mare.
8, Coco Sun, the SA Derby winner, 6th in the Underwood. That's the pathway to win this race. 3 of the last 4 editions. An important note from stewards. Coco Sun suffered a wound to the bottom of its jaw earlier today. It's been vetted on course past fit to run, and that the request of trainers Tony and Calvin McAvoy, stewards have approved the removal of the crossover noseband.
Okay, well, that is interesting. Look, I think both of her runs back have been great. That low barrier, she'll probably be 3-back fence, I'd imagine, from there. Maybe she'll be closer. But either way, like you'd be expecting her to make a presence felt now. She was, of course, the winner of the South Australian Derby, and I think there's a bit of quality with her going forward.
I could actually just see where she's just taken that little bit of bark off underneath her chin. It was just like a little bit of a raw sore. I don't think that it's anything significant that's going to impact performance, but probably a good call by the very experienced team to not have a crossover noseband sitting on that. So well done to the team and the stewards for approving that and common sense prevailing. She just keeps on improving, this horse. She looks absolutely super today. She's a really intelligent type of mare. She's got a great action. I love her as a type, and I think that she's ready to peak.
Just to remove that bit of gear, which I don't believe will make any difference, and she's here to run really well.
Where would you like to see her sit?
As close as he can be without letting her finish. So she needs to be put into the race a little bit. I'd love to see her sort of 4th, 5th, and I think there'll be a bit of pressure here too.
Best of luck, Tony.
Thanks, Amy.
Sam Friedman, kind enough to join us. Deny Knowledge is going to be one of the key pace setters in the Might and Power, but Sam, you might know your fate in the first 10 or so metres.
Yeah, well, Mark and I were having a discussion before. She's not brilliant out of the gate, so that's slightly to her detriment. But, the mare's really well. She ran a nice race here in the Underwood, and she seems to have trained on. She seems nice and fit and well, and, trying to do that Grafton Cup Might and Power double.
Which is time-honoured. How is she in relation to what is the clear goal, which is next Saturday?
She's very well, and she was up and about in the mounting yard here, which was, I think, good to see. She seems on her A game. Just need a little bit to play out right, and we're all there to try and beat Mr. Brightside. He's an amazing horse, and but it's a horse race, so we'll do our best.
Good luck for the first 10 and the other 1990.
Cheers.
Behind the barriers here before the start, and having a look at her tissue up close here, she's having a good sweat on her neck and just behind the hindquarters as well, in between her hind legs. But she is on a loose rein. James McDonald's got her nice and relaxed now with a barrier attendant. Of the others, no one else is really having a swim. Mr. Brightside's really relaxed, got his head down, and in his customary way, being very professional pre-race. And just having a look at a few of the others, We've got Coco Sun, who's looking really good as well, with Blake Shin on board. Obviously no issues without that crossover noseband on. Looks very happy. So we'll go back to Hutchie before we start the loading process.
Yeah, we're looking at them there. Final thoughts, Michael?
Mr. Brightside, all day, every day.
Yeah, he gets that nice run. Craig, I suppose he's going to be, he's going to jump out and hold his spot early. That's the key, is it?
Yeah, he will. It's only an 8-horse field. Craig will ride him to perfection, as he always does. I just think he's a horse. Tissue, I remember when she won the good race at Flemington over that spring carnival, she was sweating that day also, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. And she's, like Charlotte said, she's sweating now.
Getting a bit warm, that is for sure. But as has been mentioned, she's a mare that has performed well on the back up. You wonder, was this a long-range plan for Tissue all along? Outside of that, probably a couple of interesting runners. Adelaide River's really got to turn things around. Van der Klee thinking to be a bit short. But Deny Knowledge, there's been a little bit of money now getting back out again.
Yeah, it's just going to be seen. They've obviously opened up their book and said what they're going to do. Run them along like a pride of Jenny would. Don't know if she definitely doesn't have the class of Pride of Jenny, but if she does that, who knows, it might stretch the field out and have the people chasing a little bit earlier than what they normally would.
Sportsbet, Might and Power, starting to load up for it. Let's go to Matt Hill.
Marvel, the 9-year-old is. Mr. Brightside looking for his 8th Group 1 today. Goes up into barrier 1. Coco Sun, Blake Shin joins them. 2 of the last 4 runnings of this race have been won by a mare. Deny Knowledge going in. Mark Zara. They've talked the talk a little with her this week. Fascinating tactics to play out. Adelaide River goes in with Jenny Lala. Carla Poor with Damien Lane. So they're just about right. Carla Poor is forwards. And here is a Tissue. J-Max sitting on 99 Group 1s. Van der Klee's bobbing about. Field set for the Might and Power. They stand. Now the back gate just opens on Adelaide River. Attendance onto that. They're racing in the Might and Power. and a Tissue dragged straight back to the end of the field. Mr. Brightside began cleanly with Vow and Declare. Deny Knowledge out wider on the course, and Jenny Lala is also in the top 4 or 5 as they head towards the climb at the 1700 metres. Deny Knowledge led Vow and Declare, Mr. Brightside, and out deeper Jenny Lala, followed by Adelaide River, Coco Sun, well back Carla Poor, and a Tissue last of the 8. 1,400 metres to go in the Might and Power, and the leader is Deny Knowledge as expected by 2 1/4 at this stage. Jenny Lala second, third is Mr. Brightside, 4 lengths off the leader. Vow and Declare is next, about 1.5 lengths. Adelaide River, Coco Sun, a Tissue has got past Carla Poor at the top of the hill. 1,100 metres to go. Deny Knowledge just snuck away, about 3 lengths, 4 lengths now. Jenny Lala, Mr. Brightside on the inside, followed by Vow and Declare as Mr. Brightside stays away from the fence at that important stage at the 1,000 metres. Coco Sun making up ground the fence, and then came Adelaide River, a Tissue second last, and at the back is Carla Poor. To the railway side, 800 metres to go, and it's Deny Knowledge being rated by Zara, 5 lengths in front. Jenny Lala second, Mr. Brightside in plenty of air third. Coco Sun picking up ground the fence, and then came Vow and Declare, Adelaide River, a Tissue second last, and Carla Poor is at the end. Deny Knowledge with 500 metres to go is 4 lengths in front, and now Mr. Brightside starts the chase. 2 lengths Coco Sun, followed by Adelaide River, a Tissue's trying to get away from the rails. Deny Knowledge into the running, 300 metres to go. 3 lengths Mr. Brightside, then Adelaide River, and a Tissue brought to the outside from Coco Sun. Deny Knowledge, 200 metres to go, has given a bold sight. Mr. Brightside wearing her down, 100 to go. Still Deny Knowledge, 1.25 lengths. Mr. Brightside not getting there, and the mare has stolen it. Deny Knowledge wins, 3/4 length. Mr. Brightside, a Tissue, a gap Adelaide River, Coco Sun. Next in the field, Carla Poor, Vow and Declare. Jenny Lala last. Take a bow, Mark Zara.
For the third time, Mark Zara produces a masterpiece in a Might and Power, Galo Shop, Cape of Good Hope, and now we have Deny Knowledge, a Group 1 winner, the 5th mare since 2013 to take out the Caulfield Stakes feature, and she will set her compass with 50.5 kilos towards next Saturday's Caulfield Cup. What a tremendous race it was. Mr. Brightside so often in that stalking position, needing to be the one that carts the field up to a tearaway leader. He did all the work. I don't think he loses any admirers, and he will continue on his path towards a Cox Plate. A Tissue and Adelaide River complete your placings. So, Deny Knowledge is now a Group 1 winner, and she will get her opportunity out to 2,400 metres next Saturday afternoon. She'll be on speed. It's often a good place to be in a Caulfield Cup, and so often this has been a good tune-up race for gallopers heading towards the Caulfield Cup as well. Mark Zara, for the third time, wins the Might and Power. He gets it done on Deny Knowledge for the Freedmans. He's with Charlotte.
Wow, I think that's all we need to say. You just needed to rate this mare in front well, which you did, and you've won the all-important Group 1 with her.
Yeah, I mean, that was a plan. That was her only chance. She actually jumped well today, and I was able to get there, and she wasn't overdoing it. She was just happy, and I just wanted to have her 800, 1,000, 800 just slowly pick up, and pretty much wanted her flat out coming around the bend. And when we straightened up and I give her one, she responded well, and Mr. Brightside was probably sick of chasing these tearaway front runners, but I thought round Caulfield he might be a little bit susceptible over 2,000, and the track's obviously a bit leaderish today, but all credit to her, it was a good win.
It was a good run, but it was a good ride. You've got to rate them well. But this is a mare that's obviously got exceptional aerobics, and throughout her career she's always shown that, but always been a little bit troublesome, so today she did it well.
Anthony and Sam and the staff have done a great job getting it right. She seems to cruise along a bit nicer in front now, and Yulong Bora, and they're getting repaid, so well done to everyone.
Go and celebrate another Group 1 victory. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
I've got a very happy strapper, Leanne Fielding. Congratulations, girlfriend.
Thank you very much.
She was amazing, hey?
Oh, she's actually that tough. It's incredible. She's a funny horse to deal with. As you can probably see in the mounting yard, she's trying to kick everybody, but she's just such a tough mare, and I can't believe she got there. I'm very proud of her.
I'm sure the team are really proud of you, and you of the rest of the team as well, the Freedmans. You're all a very close-knit, small group. It must mean a lot.
We're such a small group. Like, it's quite funny how close we all are, how supportive we are. So we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the team. The team are everything, and, you know, congratulations to everybody.
Do you reckon we might be able to get a smile out of Big Tone?
Ooh, you never know. Anything's possible.
Well done here.
Thank you.
Sam Freedman just making his way through the ruck to chat to us after Deny Knowledge, who, as mentioned, has 50.5 kilos in next Saturday's Caulfield Cup. She's now a Group 1 winner via the Might and Power. Let's talk here and now, right now. This has been a big operation from a lot of people to get a Group 1 win on her CV. Must be rattling inside you right now, the pride.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I mean, it has to be said, she arrived to us in great order from Kent. She's a well-performed mare. She obviously, matriarch winner, performed well in a mire. So we had a very good product to work with, but we sort of just tinkered with a few things in her training just to get her to switch off and relax. And that's been the key. You know, we know she's got an engine. She's shown that in the past, but getting her to relax and be able to time her run a little better. That's not to say to take away her asset, which is that she's an on-speed runner, but all the team at home have done a great job. Leanne, who strapped her today, she looks after the team at Pinecliff. She's done a great job. Steve Adams here, he's been a big part of it. A farrier vet. And Henry Jagged, who rides her track work when she first got up to Queensland, he probably did a lot of the work just to bring her back that little bit to relax. So, and yeah, of course, Mark, you know, we actually discussed before the race. I said to Mark, this is not your style, this sort of horse. You know, we need you to get going when you get to the top of that hill and start stretching them, because that's the only way we can win. So he executed it perfectly.
Is there anything in your environment or with your methods, even though you acquired a very good product, as you mentioned, that you feel like she's improved and now got to Group 1 level via?
Well, I think Pinecliff's been a huge part of it. And Anthony had her up there in Queensland looking after the team, and he rang me and said, this mare will love Pinecliff. So she came down, you know, she gets a paddock during the day for a few hours, she just chills out, and that's been a big part of it. So I think without that property, you know, it might have been a difficult situation to get her to where she is now, and it's certainly, it's a privilege to train there.
Queensland was the setup for a Cups double 12 months ago. You feel like you can have her in similar shape to shake the life out of a Caulfield Cup next Saturday?
Well, I think so. She's a high-energy mare. She's pretty sound. She handles her racing really well. And we'll obviously monitor her closely over the week to see how she comes through it. But all being well, she'll certainly line up here. We still haven't got a jockey completely locked away. So we'll see what comes about with that.
Duties with Tropicus to come in a Group 1. You feel like he's capable of some significant improvement from what we saw in the Golden Rose?
We think he is. He's definitely much better Melbourne way, which we've sort of been saying all week. But he's got a few to find to match it with broadsiding. But he's a lovely colt who's, if he settles for the first half of the race, he'll he can certainly run a cheeky race and at least put himself somewhere there.
Sam, sincere congratulations to you, Anthony, and the entire team for another Group 1.
Cheers, thanks, Nigel.
Ben, it's always nice to be talking after you win a race. Sorry to be talking after you've been beat. But hey, he lost no admirers. He was still really brave, and he's run second in another great race.
He has, and he's run well. I thought it was a great ride by Craig. Gave him every opportunity to run her down. Congratulations to Connections. It was a great ride by Mark, and on her day, she did very well. So, look, he doesn't have excuses. The only little excuse I would say is the drying track. His form on a good 3, he doesn't quite let down 100%, which is unfortunate, and he somehow attracts the sunny skies, Mr. Brightside. But if we get a bit of give, he can bounce back. By no means was it a bad run, and we'll just see how he pulls up. But look, there's no excuses straight after. It's just the drying track, maybe.
Be proud of yourselves. Your horse has gone super. He's run second in a Group 1. You're doing a great job.
No, he ran super. We're very proud of him. He never lets us down. And, Group 1s are hard to win.
They are.
It was like he thought the thing in front was...